deterioration of mental health can happen to any of us at any time, and it does happen to hundreds of thousands of people every year in the UK. It can be caused by trauma, from accidents, from happenings, from marriage breakups, abuse, childhood abuse. So you name it, those are some of the causes. And for the last 2.5 months, I've been helping a friend. And I have to say that for somebody in distress, it has been impossible. So we've spoken to a total of 30 professionals, social workers, mental health, people from the mental health team, from the crisis team, from housing, 6 people from housing to organise him a flat. Every time you go, there's a different person, and they keep losing documents. Psychiatrists, mental health nurses, his own GP, but it's not always the same. And then for the new government PIP, personal independent payments, he had to see 2 different people, and then as charity has been supporting him, where he's also seen 1 or 2 people. So in total 30 people he had to deal with in the last 2.5 months. And there was many breakdowns. And actually, apart from the charity workers, nobody actually sits down and says, well, okay, what has caused all of this? Let's listen to your story. Nobody. All they say is, calm down, relax, and then we'll give you some medicine. And that is just not good enough, because a person that's in distress, what they need is they need somebody to listen to them. Now, I've been trying to do some of that, but I'm not a professional. I'm an amateur, and I'll do as good as I can, but what really is required is professional help. And what we have is a completely scattered, so many different agencies, so many different people. It should be one person that supports him on housing, on the mental health, on the physical health, and on the social health, with money that he receives, because without money nobody can really live, can they? Not really. But instead he has to deal with all those agencies independently, and then within those agencies he has to speak to up to 6 people. So in another month he may have had spoken to 40 or 50 people. It's ridiculous. It is distressing. And if he hadn't had any help, then I don't know what would have happened. A joint up approach with one person, one professional, supporting him and giving him advice, listening to him, and then referring him to appropriate professional help of people that are competent, and again, the listening aspect. And if somebody's trained, if somebody's a trained psychiatrist, they will be able to help, instead of just saying, well, get better before I can treat you. And in the meantime, here are some pills, some tranquilizers and all sorts of other pills against psychosis, etc., etc. So a joint up approach is what is needed. And this government, since 2010, has made sure that the joint up approach is not happening, but it's all pulled apart. So people actually die because there is no consistent help. So what can you do about it? Next time you go to the ballot box, do not vote Conservatives, because they say one thing, then they do another thing. So vote Labour or vote for the Green Party. That's my suggestion. And thank you for listening.